talks about in her book is race. The way she described this topic is by adding another point of view of Dobby's mother by saying when a black person were in the news, it usually meant they were in some sort of trouble. And Dobby accused of murder of a white woman as reported on the front page of Index was in trouble. And then another important thing was how the capital punishment had affected innocent people. The way she explained how the capital punishment says evidence and arguments by prosecuting and defense took place in 3.5 days. And by the 5th day, the jury found guilty Dobbies. When she added this in her book, she made it clear that the U.S. didn't pay attention to some evidence, rather they just concluded that he was guilty. She also made it clear that the police didn't let their family testify where he was while the murder was happening.
The book I have read, which named The Fall of Hong Kong, is one with true history and unique opinions. So reading the book, I have obtained some ideas and notions, and I will show them to you. The book's title is The Fall of Hong Kong, and it also has a subtitle called China's Triumph and Britain's Betrayal. The author made one concept that Hong Kong is falling state by state, which is related to the title, and one argument that Britain's betrayal led to the fall of Hong Kong, and China's triumph over it, which is demonstrated in the subtitle. The concept made by the author basically wants to tell us that Hong Kong, the former colony of Britain whose sovereignty had always been sought by China and eventually transferred to it, was falling because of a series of affairs happened among the Chinese government, British government, and the colony government. The author of my book avoids generalizations, and most of his content presents a balanced argument, which is why he is mostly fair. To judge whether or not the writer has narrated the period of history fairly, looking into the use of words is of great importance. Though a word is so small and short, we can dig out much information from it. For example, the author has ever used the word rubber stamp to describe China's legislature, which is not fair for China. China also has a representative election system which is similar to the one of America, which means the legislature is totally not a bureaucratic one which can make a decision before censoring. My personal experience, the experience of my peers, and 3 scholarly articles partly disagree with the ideas that Hong Kong has fallen, while China has gained benefits just because of Britain's betrayal to its colony. Some of my peers agree with the author, while most of them have a different thought.
In the book, Missoula, Rape and the Justice System in a College Town by Jon Krakauer, John has 3 main points in the book. The story of Alison Hewitt, how law officials treat women who claim to be raped, and how the process of rape allegations are handled in a court. Alison Hewitt is a young woman from the University of Montana who was raped by Beau Donaldson, a member of the State University of Montana football team. The two were longtime family friends who considered each other brother and sister. When one night of heavy drinking and partying at Beau's house, Alison wakes up and is raped by Beau. Krakauer then describes the rapes of several other women and how Missoula law enforcement officials disrespect them and dismiss their claims. One of the young ladies who suffered this was Kelsey Belknap. She was gang raped by 4 football players. The police did very little to gather evidence for their claims, and public prosecutors in the Missoula County Attorney's Office decided that there is insufficient probable cause to prosecute their rapes in court. Krakauer also talks about a falsely accused football player, Jordan Johnson. Johnson was taken into trial as Kirsten Pabst, a retired county attorney, joins David Paoli to defend Johnson's case. After making every possible argument, Johnson was found not guilty. Along with these 3 main points, Krakauer remains in a neutral tone and refrains from inputting any of his opinions. John also throws in rape statistics about women who are raped around the world throughout the book.
The book that I'm going to be talking about is The War on Normal People: The Truth About America's Disappearing Jobs and Why Universal Basic Income is Our Future by Andrew Yang. Is mainly about technological advance, job displacement, US economy, automation, and UBI. The two main arguments of the book is job displacement caused by automation and universal basic income or the freedom dividend. As for job displacement and how technology is causing it, he states that since technology is advancing and will keep on advancing, it will cause the effect of jobs being taken away from millions to billions of people due to the fact that technology is advancing and is replacing people with artificial intelligence, robotics, and automation software. As for the US economy and universal basic income, he talks about how jobs don't grow like they used to in the US and shows a graph showing how jobs have been decreasing from a certain amount of years. And for the universal basic income, he believes that US citizens should get $1,000 monthly and how it would replace the vast majority of existing welfare programs. Although universal basic income may sound like a good idea at the beginning, how people will be helped by getting $1,000 a month, it also may be a bad thing. Many people agree with the whole UBI idea, but I don't think it would benefit the economy of the US. However, I agree with the idea that technology advancing is taking jobs away